Good afternoon. Well, good evening. Hey, good night. Not yet. I want to say thanks a lot for everyone for coming on tonight for our Sunday night live. All righty. We got 28 people that just checked in. Oh, I'm going to have to scroll up here. I want to say hi to everyone. But before I say hi to everyone, I want to, yesterday being Veterans Day, I want to, just take this time and just say thank you to all of our vets. I know we have a lot of subscribers that are veterans, and it shouldn't just be one day, that we celebrate them. We should thank them daily when we see a vet. There's so many things that they struggle with. Some don't struggle at all, but a lot do. So anytime you see a veteran, if you can just say thank you on these 365 days, not just on Veteran Day, but thank you guys for your service. And that's kind of our theme tonight. That's why we've got the American flag flying there. Well, it's not flapping in the wind because we don't have any wind in here except for me. So, all right. Well, thank you guys very, very much for your service to all the veterans. You guys are a blessing. That gives us the opportunity to do what we do, and also you just have sacrificed so much for so many. Alrighty, so, well, hey, Tony here, Rand Adventures 2.0. We hit a couple milestones today, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I want to start saying hi to everybody. I see Leonard there. He had a Thanksgiving dinner at his church today. Oh, that's good. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving dinner. In fact, I was packing today, between yesterday and today, doing some shopping for an upcoming video that's going to be Thanksgiving themed. I might mention that a little bit later as well. All righty. So, hey, Victor, all the way over from Thailand. It looks like you popped in, had to go to work. That's right. You're a different time zone. Well, hey, Victor, thanks a lot for popping in. You said you're going to watch it later on. So, hi later on, Victor. All right. So then we got Techno Wolf TV. How are you doing? All the way from Wisconsin. Hey, old and crack-a-dated is here. Cute little bug from Texas. Hey, Brian Ripple, all the way from Ohio. Beaver Creek, Ohio, that is. Hey, there's Redneck City Boys. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Rick, what's up, Tony? Well, we got a lot that's going on. A lot happening in the last couple days. Hey, Rick, how are you doing? Hey, everyone, he says. Hey, Patrick. That reminds me, Patrick, we got a Mail Monday coming up tomorrow. So that's a quick preview. Patrick had sent me something, and then I picked it up at the post office, and he had messaged me and said, hey, I forgot to put a note in there, but know that it's from me. And I did pick that up, and you can't see the mail hammock. We'll make see a little bit of the mail hammock, but it does have stuff in there. And I'll give you a little heads up. Not everything came in the mail. There was two people that I actually met with that gave me a few things that I wanted to include on Mail Monday. You'll find out all about that tomorrow. So we don't want to take up too much of our Sunday Night Live talking about tomorrow because tomorrow will take care of itself, right? All right. Hey, Benny, how are you doing? All right. So good evening, everyone. Camping All Out. Hey, everyone. Hey, Camping All Out. I saw your video. I've been praying for you. It looks like you had gotten robbed, I think, of some equipment and things. Well, I hope you and Alyssa are able to recover from that and get back out there and do some videos. All right. Hey, Dixie Cup. Hi, everybody. Hey, Patricia. How are you doing? How is everyone? Awesome to be here. Well, it's awesome to have you here, Patricia. Yes, it is. Hey, Jeff. Jeff sent me a text right before we went on air. He had the opportunity. He told me he was going to do it to do for the next upcoming family day where they, him and his grandkids and his kids and their spouses all get together. He told me he was going to try the Butterfinger wrap, Butterfinger marshmallow wrap. You did post that over on our family Facebook page. I just saw that a little while ago before we went on air. Hey, Dana, how you doing? Hey, there's Big Mike. Hello, Tony and everyone. Hey, there's Mike Bradley. How are you doing, Mike? All right. No one, nowhere. All right. How are you doing? Howdy, y'all. Hey, Dan, how are you doing? I don't know if you remember me, but I sure remember you from my shift at Walmart. I hope you loved the crunch cakes. Oh, yes, Dana. Yes, I do. Yeah, I think those were the ones that I got for the meetup. Is that the ones where I got the whole case, Dana? Yeah, I'm not sure. But I I met so many people buying crunch cakes at Walmart. Yeah, but hey, blessings, Dana. Really appreciate that. Uh, oh, maybe was it you at the checkout? I'm trying to remember. I think at the checkout. I'm not sure. Hey, small town adventures. Small town crew is here. Hey, Debbie Hills, how are you doing? Yes, God bless Tony and all the vets. Absolutely. Yes, many blessings. And Debbie, I don't know if you saw in the video the 3 coffees that you bought me. I used to get a McDonald's coffee because I had to get out of that shed. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Love your channel, bro. He says, hey, Tony's bodyguard. Very nicely said, brother. Hello, everyone. Yes. Thanks for your service to all our veterans, definitely. And Camping All Out, thanks for posting a picture of your father on there for his service. I really appreciate that. On our family Facebook family page. If you guys don't know that, let me see if I got that up here. Oh, oh, banners. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Facebook. There we go. I'm going to put that down on the screen here and let that run across the bottom. All right. Okay. So let's see. You got my last case for the New York meetup. Yeah, Dana, absolutely. That's right. So, yeah, that was that. And what a blessing. And ended up getting a chance to make that one, the pineapple upside down cake for Stitch and Alpine Warrior up there. That was great. Hey, Hike with Mike. Oh, did I miss people? Yeah, I did. I'm going up. The microphone's tiny bit staticky. That might be staticky because I talk loud when I have this on because I'm used to talking to the camera. Hopefully it'll clear up and I'll try to tone it down a little bit. Maybe it won't bottom out. Maybe I got it too close. But we'll see. If it's still doing it, let me know. I've got a screechy voice sometimes with the microphone. But thank you, Dixie Cup. Hey, Stitch. Oh, I do got to scroll back up. Oh, my goodness. It went way down there. Oh, let's see. Hey, John and Jen from Allentown. All righty. Debbie Hill had Thanksgiving dinner at church today, too. That's awesome. Hello, Tony Bodyguard. Stitch says, David and Joanne, how are you all doing? All right, Jason from Colorado. Welcome, Jason. Let's see. Microphone sounds bad. Okay. Says Dan. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. I've been watching cross-country videos. Alrighty, Leonard. Thank you. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Microphone is that's what I saw. So I'm going to jump past everybody here. Oh my goodness. There's so many comments. Oh, wow. Hey, Randy, Scott. Oh, hello from Pennsylvania, says Mike. Hey, yes. Congratulations, Rick says on the 10K, Tony. Yeah. Can someone throw in the comments? I'm going to leave it at the very bottom here. Miss 2.0 says, I got the 27th. Your microphone is fine. You're just overdriving a bit. You know what? Maybe I'll move it down a little bit because I do talk loud. I don't want to shut it off. Oh, there goes the little microphone or the little magnet. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll clip it down here. How's that? All right, we'll give it a whirl there for a minute. And I got to remember to grab that that magnet because that's what holds it on. Now the microphone's swinging. Yeah. So I'm going to lay that. Oh, lay that right here. Put that back on. All right. Hey, Chris from Denver, Colorado. All right. Hit that thumbs up, y'all, says Darlene. Congrats on the 10K, says Cindy. I tore myself away from a Bob Ross marathon weekend for your life. Gotta like that Bob Ross, right? Right. Hey, Chris. Oh, man, there's so many comments. I want to say hi to everybody. Techno Wolf TV says big Steve Wallace fan and Crazy Caddy fan. Crazy Quaddy fan. And just discovered your channel this week. Good stuff. You'll now be on a must-watch rotation. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, when I go into my analytics, it actually says that Steve Wallace, Crazy Quaddy, and there's a few others that are all. It tells you like not only your viewers, but what do your viewers watch, and we get a lot of cross pollination from those videos. But thank you for joining the 2.0 family, Techno Wolf TV. Hey, good evening, Chris. And I apologize. Like I said, I had to jump all the way to the bottom. All right. MD Gone Z 66. Good evening, everyone. All right. So I want to say, yeah. I'm going to get to that too. But if you have a question for me, throw a question, 3 question marks up in front of your question. And that way I will see it. Yeah. And because I know Darlene's on here, she's going to give me 3 arrows up. But let's talk about that last video. All right. So, obviously, I was very inspired by Steve, camping with Steve, as a lot of y'all know, and a lot of y'all do watch his channel. It was about, when Stealth Camping Alliance did a challenge back in September a year ago, so it's been quite some time. The challenge was Camp Like Steve. So I started watching some of Steve's videos, and I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to do. And some time went on because of the loss of his wife. So I kind of had it on the back burner, still trying to figure out what to do. And about a year ago, I was watching one of his videos, and he was snuck into the woods at a Home Depot through a hole in the fence. And when he went into the woods, he was going to make an MRE for dinner. But it's the Canadian MRE, which is called a little bit different. Mike sounds much better since you moved it. Thank you very much, Dixie. And so in honor of Steve for inspiring me, I do have a coffee, but it's a cold one. And I'm going to get that out too. So this is partly for Steve inspiring me for that video, but also because we hit 10K today. So I grabbed this nitro cold brew, and then I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there you go. So it's a nitro cold brew, and it's got vanilla and sweet cream. Yeah. So I have this cup here that Melissa Cooper had sent me. So I am going to open that, and a Steve tradition, a step 2. You don't see me crack these open too often, but I think what you do is you dump it upside down immediately and let it go. Get it near the microphone. Coffee step 2, absolutely. So, all right. So I am going to smell it like wine. So I am going to have a sip of this here quick because I am a little dry. Oh, now that's got the 2.0 approval. I'll have to do another one of those sometime. Yeah. So when I was, you know what? Salute to all of our veterans as well. that's the other thing that I wanted to say. So a lot of stuff had happened. So when I had gone and saw that video, one of the things that he had said when he went down in the woods and was making that, MRE, and when he had tried to heat it up with the heating pack, it never heated up, and he was like, "Oh, it's not working," and he didn't bring a stove along, so he said he was going to go up to, I believe it was Dairy Queen, but he goes up into the parking lot. Dairy Queen was closed, but there was a pub. He ate, and on his way back to the woods, to his stealth spot, he found, he was talking, and he said, some of my subscribers had asked, hey, you should do a storage shed. And he had said that most of the storage, either at Home Depots or Lowe's or one of those places. And he said most of them he finds are locked. But he said if he ever finds one, he'll definitely check it out. But he did say, and then he says, "Oh, I did find one, but somebody was already living in there." So a year ago, I said, you know what? That's going to go on my list of something that I would like to do, is a storage shed and make an MRE. All right. So it's been going for a while. I was looking, and it was about 2 months ago that I found that location. There is another location that I was going to go to, but I just wasn't sure about it. In fact, in the one video where I make the MRE and then we sleep at the Cracker Barrel, I was looking down and I said, oh, there might be a future stealth camp down there in the parking lot. I don't want to show you, but that was at a Home Depot. And I was scoping that out for a little while, but it just didn't seem like I could figure out the right day to do it. But this one, I was actually, when I'm sitting up there at the hamburger place in Starbucks, Red Robin. And if that looked familiar, I had the hard hat video. I camped in that little inlet part like September a year ago. So that was pretty close in proximity. I've done up behind Dick's Sporting Goods up there. So I've done a few videos right there in that area. So I was familiar with it more so than a lot of other places. But I had gone there probably about 10 different times at different times of the day, different days, really trying to get a handle on how I can pull this off. I scoped out places I could stash the car, things like that. So there is a Chipotle's not too far from there. I would say if you're looking at a city block, probably a block and a half. So I back behind there and down in the lower parking lot, I could stash the car and then hike back across the different businesses that were there and kind of skirt that rather than walk out on the main road. So that's what we did. Oh, there's questions. And so, there's a couple questions. Let's see. How far do I got to scroll up for some questions? Let me just scroll. Hey, Jim, how are you doing? Oh, Green Hubs has one there. All right. So have you ever talked to Steve Wallace? No, but him and I did send him an email once, and then he sent me an email back. But other than that, I've never had the opportunity to speak with him. Lord willing, one day maybe we'll see. You guys can help a lot with that, making comments to him on his videos or on his Facebook. But yes. Oh, and he did comment once on his Facebook page. Well, just the other day, he commented on the video that I won the stealth camp of the week, which was pretty cool. Yes. Jim and Kathy from PA. When are you going to Mossy Point again? Well, I'm not sure. I don't want to give away what I was going to talk about, but an upcoming video for this upcoming video, it's not at Mossy Point. I go somewhere else, but Big Dog and I go camping. And if you guys remember, Big Dog him and I had gone camping a year ago, almost to the date, a year ago, where we had he reached out to me. We worked together, and it had been like 6 years since we spoke, but he reached out to me on Facebook and let me know that he had been diagnosed with cancer and was going for 3 cancer treatments at that point, chemotherapy, and he loved camping, and we started talking, and I said, well, grab your gear. And he spent a week getting all his gear together, and we went to Mossy Point for that camp. So Bigdog and I did that. So a year later, we go camping again. Now I don't want to give away too much, but you're gonna hear some testimony of how he's doing and things like that. But we do go camping and went to a really neat spot, but it wasn't at Mossy Point this time. But Mossy Point's a cool place. Yeah, but I'm definitely want to reach back out to Mossy Point again. Hey, yeah, Sean, how you doing? Yeah, congrats on the 10K even before Thanksgiving. What was it, a day and a half ago? I put out, we were at 9,900, and I said, oh, we're getting so close, and we needed 100 more subscribers to hit the 10,000 mark. And about a month or earlier in the summer, I was saying, boy, it would really be neat to hit 10K by Thanksgiving. The way it was tracking, it looked like it was going to. And, just such a blessing to actually watch the number turn over, which I did post on Facebook, our Facebook family page. Let me take down that banner here. All right, hide that. And then I'll keep us scrolling. And it's going to jump way down. And I think I missed a bunch of questions. And I know I missed saying hi to a bunch of y'all. I definitely did. Forgive me. Let's see, because I had to scroll all the way down quick to catch up on things. So I'm going to scroll. Let's see. All right. So Dixie Cup has a question here. It says the storage shed camp was the best. How scared were you every time someone did a U-turn? I'll tell you what, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. At one point I did finally get some good sleep. I got maybe about 4 hours, if that, because a lot of you know I do a lot of editing while I'm camping. So I was doing editing, but I was also very on edge the whole camp. From the time that I was driving there, it almost didn't happen. And why didn't it almost happen? Because I almost chickened out again. It was going to happen like a couple of weeks ago, but this was the one that I was going to save maybe for a 10K video, maybe. But just the way things were going, I did scope it out, and I knew that people did kind of go in there. But right after I dropped the bag, and I was in the little buddy heater, so right after I dropped that, I went to go stash the car, but I knew I had to wait a little bit longer before I did that. So I just wanted to sit up there at the between the two businesses and watch. How was it going? And there was multiple people that pulled in, and there was one guy that got out, and he was walking back and forth looking at the sheds. And I was going the whole time, oh, please don't go in the green one. Don't go in the green one. Don't go in the green one. He walked by it, never opened the door, and then went back to the one that has the porch and went in there. But he was going in and out of them, and I was going, oh, what is he going to do? I got to keep an eye on this. And then I was worried by the time I dropped the car off and walked back, how many other people were going to go and maybe open it up and look at it. But then I was trying to say, well, if they open the door, I had it in the corner, they'd see it there, maybe thought it was a worker or something like that. So it all worked out good. But yeah, that was the most nervous I think I ever was on a camp. More nervous than, say, an abandoned building, the abandoned hotel, all of those. That was probably the most nerve-wracking camp that I ever did. Yeah. And speaking of, right before we came on, that video, like you know, has been out for 3 days, and it's already over. That's over 10,000 watches as well, views as well. So we had a lot of 10,000s today. So the video went over 10,000 views, and we had also went over 10,000. I think the last time I looked, we were at 10,014 when we got on here. And like I said, I want to thank y'all and salute the 2.0 family for making all of this possible. Because if you guys didn't watch the videos and enjoy the content, hit the like and just share and subscribe, we wouldn't be here. We definitely wouldn't. I'm going to salute Tay again. Cheers. And if you guys are just jumping on and wondering what I'm having, I am having a step 2 of this Nitro Cold Brew Starbucks Vanilla with Sweet Cream. So that's my step 2 for tonight. Oh, we got questions. Okay. Any travels for the holiday? So for Thanksgiving, I will be going. We're going to be going to my one daughter's, Gabrielle, and then our other children are bringing their kids, and also bringing our grandkids, and we're all going to meet up there. And Cody's going to deep fry a turkey again this year. That was really good last year, and everybody's going to make stuff and bring it. Yeah, Camp Troy, PA. It's hey Scott, how are you doing? All right. And Boots Outdoors, how are you doing? And thank you so much for that. Congratulations. Yeah. I really, Stitch. Stitch, I sent an email to Tony once, and he responded back to me. Stitch, oh, you're funny. Yeah. Oh, we got another question here. All right. Are you sure you want to give so many details about your location? Yeah, after the location, I don't mind, because a lot of times I don't go back to the same spot. So very rarely will I ever go back to the same spot. Hey, Scott, how you doing? And that brings me to, hey, buddy. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, I got to scroll down. I just saw something pop up. Hey, Richard, how are you doing? Yeah, and thank you for that. I felt like you had permission at the shed place. Good show anyway. I didn't. I thought about trying to get permission, but then that would be not a stealth. But yeah, no. That's why it was very yeah, that was why it was really I was really on edge the whole time. Let me scroll down here. Thank you very much for that super thanks. I greatly appreciate that, brother. Very much so. Got a comment from Tony's Bodyguard. Outstanding editing on that storage shed video too. Well, I appreciate that, brother. Let's see. Hey, Regular Foot, how are you doing? Steve Wallace did. Let me see. Steve Wallace did leave a comment on the last video. Yes, he did. Yeah. Which was within 45 seconds of the video going. So that would be right after we were on live. He had gone. I'm glad he left it in the comment section and not in the live, because a lot of times I wouldn't be able to pin it if it was on a live. Okay, so I'm scrolling back down again. Stitch, you're gonna have to get about 13 other people to help. I just watched the billboard. Hey, let me see this here. I just watched the billboard sign camp video yesterday behind the Knoebel sign. Yes, Chris. Funny, I watched a video by this electrician geek guy who works for them on the various electronics there. Oh, really cool. That is really neat. Hey, Victor. All right. Congrats on the 10K. Oh, we got a question here. All right. 0.41 playing Christmas music. Hey, there you go. Let's see. Hey, Andre, how are you doing? Congratulations. And do you think to camp at a historic place? Yeah, I've actually looked at several places. There is one place that I've been wanting to do for, well, almost 2 years now. So not too, well, I don't want to say almost 2 years. I had been there a long time ago, early on in the channel. And then, but it's a very, even though it's a historic place, not many people know about it, but it is a very, very high drug spot. So I've never gotten the courage to go in there and camp there. I was going to do it because they have an old train there. It's rusted and it's fallen over. I was going to do it there, but then actually that week before I was going to do it, Steve Wallace came out with a train video, and I was like, oh, can't do that one for a while. Hey, Grave Digger, how you doing? And thank you very much, brother. Congrats. Grave Digger calls me T-Bone Tony because last November I did that challenge and made that steak. Yeah. Aren't you worried about being found out? Yeah. That's always a concern. I don't believe that they don't own the sheds. That would be a different company that had a different name on it and things like that. Just like at Home Depot, they don't actually own them. Somebody stages them there, and then Home Depot sells them, from what I understand. Hey, Dan Kemp, kill 'em all. How are you doing? And hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Hey, Freddie. Hello, everyone from South Carolina. Hey, yeah, congrats on the 10K subscribers and camping with Steve commenting on the video. Love y'all. All right. Thank you very much, Freddie. Hey, Jonathan, I think I just answered that. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. I'm looking for question marks and Darlene's pointers. She threw me off because she was doing arrows on the one live that we were doing. And then all of a sudden there was these fingers pointing to it. Yeah. Why not carry Bailey on one of those storage shed camps? Carl says, yeah, I don't know. Bailey might enjoy it, but you know, one of the things with the storage shed, in fact, even if you noticed when I was eating them RE and stuff, I didn't want to spill anything. One, you always want to do a leave no trace, no matter where you go. But especially, I was very, very conscious of every movement and every even eating. And that's why in the morning, because I didn't want to even turn my little cook stove on because I didn't want a flame in there, right? So I just wanted to be in there for that filming overnight and then out. And again, Debbie Hill, thank you so much. That coffee was good. And I even got an egg McMuffin. So, yeah. So, and if nobody knows what that is, Debbie Hill done 3 buy me a coffees. So that's why I figured I'd buy some coffee. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wow. That's cool. Shed camp is less than 2 miles from me. That is awesome. Hey, Dan, how are you doing? Are you serving MRE? Well, so that was a really good serving it. Okay, serving MREs for Thanksgiving. There you go. Um, no, but you will see. Oh, should I say it? So you will see a turkey dinner, but it's not an MRE, but it's another uh, item that I've done something in the past that's turkey related, but I've never had the turkey. All right, and maybe someone will figure out what I'm talking about. But I've been spending the last couple days getting together a menu for for an upcoming video that I'm going to be filming, which is Thanksgiving related. And a lot of people have asked, Tony, are you going to do a hot tent? Do a hot tent? Yes. So this one's going to be a hot tent. So we got the wood stove. I got everything ready for it. It's going to be the hammock hot tent. We got the hot tent stove ready to go. And I just cleaned off the glass today so that we can get some nice, because it had a little bit of soot on it, a little bit of carbon. So I washed all that off, got it packed away. So it is. And you're going to see something else that I haven't used that used to be up here. Now it's in the car. But it's something that Johnny and Mary D. Torres had gotten me last year to make things a little easier. So you're going to see that. Now that's going to be in 2 weeks. That one will be not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. All right. So, we got 83 people on here already. There we go. There's a question. Tony, are you going to do a turkey dinner stealth camp? Yep. So it is going to be a turkey dinner stealth camp. And one of the items is going to be a dessert. So it's a different dessert that actually was mailed to me. And something from Garage Gear. So that's going to be a dessert. So yeah, I've been working on the menu, working on getting everything together. Really, what's neat about that storage shed video, I don't believe I've really done this too much, but a lot of you guys that do stealth camping and things, or just camping in general, doesn't have to be stealth camping, but every camp is different. How you plan is different. Just everything's different with what you pack, how you have to, what gear are you going to take, how are you going to cook, what are you going to cook. So everything's different, and every pack is packed differently depending on what you're doing. So there's a lot of hours that go into just planning, and then a lot of hours go into just packing. And a lot of you don't know, a lot of times I'll pack from the car because a lot of the items are in the car because I've got a place for everything in there. There are some items that are just too big, or I just maybe repetitive, that aren't in the car, so that I can, in the planning stages, I know I got to get it into the pack so that I have it. Jonathan says, aren't you worried about them finding out it was great? Our whole family watched you every week. Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, I really appreciate everybody watching. Definitely. Thank you so much. And I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Aren't you worried about them finding out? Oh, it was great. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is in the back of my mind. It definitely is. And then I didn't pronunciate or articulate the sentence correctly, but finding out, great. Our whole family watches every week, and I appreciate your whole family watching, Jonathan. Really do. There's a couple of people that have messaged me and said that they get together once a week with their family, and they get popcorn and everything, and get all the kids around, and they sit and watch Tony 2.0, which is really an honor. It really is to know that so many people enjoy watching the videos. Very much so. Really, really appreciate it. Aha, here we go. 80s, Eric said, or maybe it's Eric. I think I would. If you know me by now, I always pronounce things wrong. Congrats on your success. Well, thank you very much. What camera are you using? So that one was, I had just gotten an upgraded phone. So I went from the 21S to the 23 Samsung Ultra Plus because of the storage. So, but also the camera quality. I've only ever used a cell phone. I used all of my early videos were filmed on a Samsung 9 Plus S Plus. So on the 9, then it was November 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago in November, I upgraded to a 21S. And I think if you go back and watch, just going back 2 years, November 2 years ago, I do a November update at a lake. And because I wanted to see how the phone worked as well, the quality of the picture. And I do have to say that the 23 is amazing. They say the camera quality on this phone is equivalent to a $5,000 camera video, camcorder thing. So yes, I only do use my phone, and I only edit with my phone, and I've got some great news as well. What? Steve, you're going to make me cry, brother. Yes, you are. What a blessing, brother. Very much so. And thank you for watching and for inspiring not only me, but you inspire so many people. And thank you for the congratulations. That's really, really amazing, Steve. Really, really is. And I know you're traveling right now because of your last video. You're traveling, and as you're traveling, know that the 2.0 family is going to be praying for you and travel mercies and everything, and looking forward to some videos that are coming out on your travels. Traveling's is definitely can be a challenge, but it looks like you've done it in the past as well. So God bless you, brother, and know that we're continuing to pray for you all the time. And hey, if you swing down to the lower 48, we should get together, if for anything, just to get together and have a cup of coffee. All right. And salute, Steve, and thank you very much for your generosity and support. Really, really appreciate it. I know a lot of our fans a lot of my fans are big, huge fans of yours. And I want to thank you for doing what you do. And, in your way, you minister to so many people. You do. And again, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. And I'm glad you liked the video. Yeah, and I hope I did you well on that one. Really, really do appreciate that. Yeah, isn't that amazing, guys? Yeah, and everyone, continue to keep Steve in prayer. He has gone through a lot in the last year, and then also with the passing of his mom recently. And I don't need to tell y'all watch his channel and already know that. But Steve, know that we love you, and we thank you very, very much for all of your support. Yeah, now I never took a drink of this for you, Steve, so I'm going to do that real quick here. And I want to say thank you to everyone for just, like I said, all of your support over this last, 20 months since the stroke. I'm still getting back with this right hand. I know when it gets cold, I still have a lot of difficulty walking and stuff like that. But yeah, it is getting better. Little bits, not as fast as it used to, but it definitely is getting better. All right. Yes. So we've got Darlene says, got a question here. Can you do another storage shed camp again? Yeah, CJ, you can. So, like I said, that was the most, that was the most I've ever, um, that was the, how do I want to say this? The most uneasy I ever was. It probably didn't look like I was really uneasy all the time, but I was on edge. I truly I was on edge. Yes, yes. Hey, Leonard says watching Steve camping with crazy neighbor. Yes, and someone had commented said that I should get together with crazy neighbor and Steve on a video. I do have an idea, Steve. I don't know if you're still watching, but I do have an idea of I think what would be a really cool video for us to do with you being in Canada and me in the United States. I thought about it about 6 months, 7 months ago, and I've shared it with a couple of people, and it would be kind of a parody thing as well. But hey, we maybe we can talk about it. I don't know if I think in my email I did send you my phone number, but I don't know if you'd ever call. All right, let's see, Scott, are you a true stealth camper? Leave no trace. Yes. I always leaving no trace. In fact, a lot of times the practice is leave it better than you found it. So I've already gone back with a trash bag because I didn't have a large enough trash bag. Usually I don't know, I don't have any here. So the little grocery bags that you get, I roll those into little knots about this big, and I tuck them in different places. And a lot of times I'll have those in my pack. But sometimes some of the trash is too big to fit in there. So what I've got to do is I'll go back to that location and pick up other things to take out. So yes, don't only practice leave no trace, but leave it better than you found it. Yes, yes, leave no trace. Yeah. Yeah, we did Po' Boy. I don't know if you saw, but we did Christmas in July, and I got my Christmas hat over there. Oh, growing the beard a little bit bigger. So we did do that Christmas tree one. I looked at. There is a town that puts up a Christmas tree It's right in the center of town too, but that has been a thought for. Quite a while to do a Christmas tree one. So 80s Eric is asking Coke or Pepsi. I go back and forth. I really do. I can never give a definitive. But I like Pepsi, but I love the original Coke. I really, really do. And I love the Coke commercials. I always loved watching those during the Super Bowl when with the big polar bears. I loved those commercials. There we go. Chris says, I have not eaten an MRE in probably 10 years now. I had my fill for my lifetime. Thanks, right? I know I get that a lot. People say that ate them when they were in the military and in the service. That's why, if you noticed, when I said, I want to, thank y'all for eating this all the time, because it's new to me, but it's not new to anybody that served. And I actually, I didn't do the heating element right. Someone made a comment, I forget who it was, but they made a comment in there because the writing on that bag was so small, and I'm like, oh, and the lighting wasn't very good, and I didn't want to turn many lights on, and so I'm trying to read it, and so now I know how to do it because they explained it on the comment. If you want to see that comment, it's in one of the comment section of that video, but I didn't know how to do it as good. I could have done it better. Rebecca Wall says, I love Pepsi. Hey, Marie, how are you doing? Hey, Tony, watched a few past videos, loving the show more and more. Got my brother and my daughter watching. You rock. Well, Marie, you rock too. Well, you certainly do. Thank you so much for that. And you know, that's how we're growing as well. You know, it's so hard to get, as many of you know, get noticed, just the way YouTube is. And so you guys who like the videos, when you hit that like button, it helps so much. It really does. And then if you share it with someone, say you, or just tell somebody about it, really, really helps to grow the channel. And I know I've gotten quite a few subscribers in the last couple weeks since I got this. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but Jeff had sent this to me. Let's see if I can pull it out. Yeah, I think I got it in here. What side is it on? It's called the Dot. There it is. So I had a couple people that asked me. Jeff had ordered this for me and sent it to me. I believe Jeff, it was $20, but it's called the Dot. It's like a business card, and he uses it for his business. But on the back side, look at this. It's got a code. One of them QR codes, I think they're called. So when I'm paying for something at the store, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm getting this for my next video, and they said, oh, you on YouTube? Yeah. And they say, what is your YouTube channel? And I keep this behind my debit card, and I pull it out. I said, oh, hey, make it easy, and just scan this. And they scan it, and I have on there the YouTube channel pops up, a buy me a coffee, my email, all pops up on that. Jeff, thank you so much for that. That really, really is cool. I mean, I don't have my phone number on there or anything, but I've got my, you know, as far as address, not on there. What is it? My email address is on there. Yes. So, oh, we're getting way behind. Hey, GM, how you doing? Hope everyone is doing well, says GM Outdoors. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, Jake, how are you doing? Jake, the Oregon boy. I made it late, but I'm here. Yes. That's awesome, Marie. Stitch. La, 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 la. I'm scrolling down. And so Charles said, hey, Tony, I figured out the mystery flavor of the Louisiana crunch cake, and it's angel food. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Charles, the Louisiana crunch cake is good. I don't think they have them up in Canada, or I would have done this. I would have done a couple of people said, hey, when you do the challenge, or give Steve a challenge of making a dessert and the Louisiana crunch cake. And I was thinking, well, but many people up in Canada said, well, they don't have Louisiana crunch cakes up there. Oh, let's see. Oh, let me scroll back down here. They don't have Louisiana crunch cakes up there. So I didn't want to do a challenge. Hey, Gary, thank you so much. Your adventures are entertaining. New Jersey here. Well, thank you very much. Yes, thank you for that super chat, I think you would call it, super sticker things. Hey, RNRV Chronicles is on the road. So my friend Dave just they packed up and drove their RV to Texas and picked up an RV and are on their way back. So safe travels, Dave. See that big Christmas tree in New York. I gotta scroll back up here. But Gary, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I definitely do. Oh, I just saw Steve gave a comment. Thought I'd stop by before my dinner reservation in 15 minutes. All the best. You're doing a great job. Top tier video. Well, thank you so much, brother. And that is a great compliment. And I thank you for, again, what you do. And I thank you for that super sticker and that blessing. Really, really great. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed dinner. I certainly do. Maybe you have to send me a text or take a picture and post that dinner on our family Facebook page. Love to see that, what you had for dinner, because I know you make that cheeseburger. I'd like to make, I might do that cheeseburger here one of these times. Yes. Let's see. Hey, Robert, how are you doing, brother? I really enjoy the storage shelter video. Very creative. Keep on inspiring. Thank you so much. Freddie Moss says, will Studio Tony be in a video in the near future? You know, anytime that I do a different character or something like that, which was just Bob Ross was in a video, that might have been Studio Tony dressed up as Bob Ross. Yeah, yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, and so he shows up from time to time. In fact, someone just watched. I did a little clip out of a video right before we went, when Studio Tony, the knock on the window, where I just made that chicken and dumplings with the. Oh, that was a great recipe that I was sent. Made the chicken and dumplings, and I made it in the back seat of the car. Then I got a knock on the window, and here it was Studio Tony looking for me, and I filmed that back and forth between him and I. That takes a lot of work to do, Studio Tony. So I need the time and the the thought of being able to do something like that. But I like it when he shows up. I really, really do. So Dan asks, how did Steve Wallace find your Tony's channel? So I really hate to talk about that too much, just because it is very sad. Back in September a year ago, the Stealth Camping Alliance, we were going to do a challenge, Camp Like Steve. And when I was getting ready for that challenge, a video of Steve's came out where he had a chair sitting in the middle of the woods, and he walked up and said, "This is going to be the hardest video I ever filmed." And he shared with beautiful wife had passed away. He had said that the two of them went to sleep on Saturday night and only he woke up. So that tore me up along with all of the community. And at that point, I thought, well, I'm not going to do this challenge. But my friend Dave and I, we prayed about it, and I didn't know where I was going to go, because it was going to be different now, because I wanted to do a tribute and let him know that we were thinking of him and praying for him, and knowing that, yeah. So I filmed that video and then put that up, and Steve's sister had commented on it immediately, and that's how I believe, that's when Steve actually subscribed to my channel, was back then. So that would have been a year, well, September a year ago is how. So that's how Steve had become a subscriber to the channel. Dixie Cup is asking, imagine how all the storage shed people are feeling now. Laugh out loud. I hope someone doesn't camp here. Yeah, TJ is somebody that I know. She said, I always thought somebody was going to, camp in one of those. And actually, believe it or not, I think it would be a little bit of good advertising. I got a lot of comments that people that said, I need to get one of those for a tiny house. And a couple people said I have a shed that I've decked out, put insulation on, and have heat in there and everything. So yeah, actually, I think it's some good advertising. But you know, what I did and what a lot of us stealth campers do, or car camping, and I know Steve has talked about this as well. A lot of times we do this for fun, and for entertainment, but there is a whole society out there that doesn't do it for entertainment, or they do it because they have to. And on my trip across America, I met quite a few people, and I didn't always film, but I do have a private prayer and praise channel, not channel, but Facebook. And sometimes I would, ask if they needed prayer. I would film them back and forth, and then I would post it on there as well. So yeah, but there's a lot of people that are doing what a lot of us are doing out of necessity, and I'm always mindful of that when I'm doing a stealth camp, or planning one or something like that. And I've run into quite a few people on that journey that I was able to bless, because I had so much food with me, non-perishable food, that I could just unload on them and then go shopping, for other stuff to stock the car back up. So really a blessing. Yeah. Hey, Dave, you made it back with the new motorhome. How's everything going? Everyone doing? So great. Last time I talked to you, you were driving, and it cost a little bit to fill that one up, didn't it? Yeah, you shared that with me. I meant you are a. Oh no, I no. Thank you so much. No, I meant you are a true stealth camper. Well, thank you so much, Scott. That's awesome, brother. Love you. I'm way behind on comments. You guys got to just give me a little bit here, because I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, Tony's problem is all those other Tonys that follow him. It's like herding cats, Studio Tony, Chef Tony. Yeah, that's quite a few of them coming along, right? Yes, but yeah, there was going to be the Bob Ross Tony. Everyone, I was actually going to do instead of the painting, I was going to actually do a what do you call it? A cooking Bob Ross, and he was going to cook with green peppers and orange peppers and yellow peppers and broccoli. Yeah, I'm not going to do the voice right now. All right, let's see. I'm scrolling down looking for thumbs up. Hey, VX Ferrari. How about stealth camping on a golf course? Hey, there you go. I actually did it. So it was late September last year. So it's been a year. And we actually talked about this video. And I want to thank all of y'all for going back and watching that earlier this week, because I gave everybody a challenge. Go back and watch, because we asked, what was your favorite stealth camp that Tony did? And Stitch had brought up the stealth camp of the golf course. And I said, hey, maybe a challenge. You guys can go and watch the stealth camp this week of the golf course, where I modified the golf bag with all of my camping gear. But yeah, I actually was going to do another golf course this year, but I never got around to it, because a lot of my early part of this year was doing the trip across America, where we were gone for 7.5 weeks. And then once we got back, we started doing the stealth camps again. All right. Let's see. Yeah, and if you haven't seen that golf course one, go back and watch it. I think that one's got like almost 9,000 views on it. And I know probably about 15 people, maybe 20 people went back and watched that. because the analytics kicked up on it again, and it showed. Hey, Jeremy, how are you doing? I'm just going to post that up. Super late, Sarah. And welcome, welcome. Yes, Carl. Let's see. We are back in Florida, says RNRV Chronicles. Oh, we got questions. Hey, let's see. Camping on U.S. border, U.S. and Canada. Oh, so yeah, you must have been reading my mind. But that's some of the thoughts that I had of doing a camp with, you know, if Steve and I could ever talk. I was thinking of finding a place where we could do a parody where both of us camp on our opposite sides of in our countries, and then have like a tape line and have like a divider, like the line where we have to pass stuff back and forth across the line. So that was my thought. I'd been thinking about that for quite some time, Leonard. Yes. Let's see. Here we go. I think it would be cool if you did a stealth camp in my backyard. Hey, Night Rider, I'll have to maybe think about that. But first, I got to find your backyard. So, yes. Ooh, boiled bergs. Oh, wow, Scott, that sounds good. Boiled in French onion soup mix for extra onion. Ooh, that sounds really good. Hope you don't mind if I maybe do that one of these times. Let's see. I'm just looking here. Let's see. Oh man, I am way behind, aren't I? Okay. Yeah, that what a blessing. Yes, Robert. Very, very much amazing that Steve stopped in, and very thankful. And I'm very thankful that all of you guys stopped in as well. And but yes, Steve's very, very inspiring. Just very, very calming as well. Very, very calming. Yeah, don't forget Tony Chocolonely. Yeah, my grandkids came over, and I have a couple Tony Chocolonely candy bars left. And all four of my grandkids came over, but the youngest one was sleeping. He's just a little over a year old. But I said, "Oh, hey, you guys want some? Look at this. I've been saving this for you guys." And I broke out a Tony Chocolonely. Now they're this thick, and they're a big chocolate bar. I opened it, and I cracked them, and they were all like, "Oh, we'll help you crack it." I said, "No, I'll crack them because they're different configurations the way they crack and open." So I laid it all out on the counter, and they were like, "Oh," and they were eating the chocolate, and they were picking one up and had one in their mouth, and then they were reaching for another one, and they had a great time eating that Tony Chocolonely. Oh, Jim, thank you so much. God bless you, brother. Thank you. All right. Hey, Zacho, U.S., Iowa, love to meet you in Pennsylvania. Absolutely. So you're going to North Carolina, Zach says. So what are some of the upcoming videos? So the storage shed was awesome, and that's doing great. And I thank y'all all for your support and watching that video. Really been that's been like I said, that was a long time in the making. It was over a year, and to finally have that checked off of the bucket list, really, really glad that one is done with, and that it's doing so well. Yes, Darlene, thank you, Jim, for this super sticker. Yes. And so what's coming up? Oh, let me take another sip of this here. Mm. And if y'all are wondering, I cracked a step 2 earlier. This is in honor of Steve. I got the Nitro Starbucks. It's like a cold brew coffee, vanilla and sweet cream, and milk. Yeah, it's delicious. If you haven't tried one, go try one. All right. So let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? That. Okay, that. I do want to say there is going to be a mail Monday, because back there's a mail hammock and there's stuff in there. And so one thing came from Patrick up in New York. So Patrick sent something and got that there was no name in it. And I got 2 other people. One I met, and it's Glue Bomb. I always say it wrong. Glue Bomb Model Garage. I don't see him on here, but I met him. It was a year. He wanted to come to our Cabela's meetup a year ago and wasn't able to make it. So I said, him and I were emailing each other, and then I sent him my phone number so we could talk. And we set up going. So last Wednesday, I said, hey, it was a time that worked good for him and for me. And so I went to Cabela's. Anytime that I can meet a subscriber, I love to do that. And so I drove out to Cabela's, and we met at a Cracker Barrel, and he had some items for me. So that wasn't mailed. That's going to be on Mail Monday. So you're going to have to tune in to see what that was, what that stuff was. And then also when I go to check the mail, there's 2 gentlemen that are a lot of times having coffee outside of the Elysburg sheets. And a lot of times I'll grab a cup of coffee and I'll sit with them and talk with them. And you're going to hear, I was given something from a gentleman, one of those 2 gentlemen, George. Now, George is a veteran. He is a 2.5 term, that's probably not the right word, term, Vietnam vet, tour. He's a 2.5 tour that he was in Vietnam. And he and I have coffee, and he gave me something earlier this week, and I wanted to put it on Mail Monday. And but George, thank you so much for your service. And George is there, except for on certain days he has to go to the VA, dealing with things from Agent Orange and things like that. So definitely been praying for George. Yes. And so that'll be on Mail Monday too. So you'll have to check it out tomorrow. So that'll be tomorrow's video. And then, earlier this week, I didn't have another video during the week. It was just that premiere on Thursday night. Now, this coming Thursday, it's not going to be a premiere because I don't want to take up that day, because that might be a day I might have to be out camping for a video. So this Thursday, tune in at 6 p.m. It'll be going up. And if you guys remember, I moved from our 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. for all of our videos are at 6 p.m. now, because I think when it was at 5, there was a lot of people that were still at work on the East Coast and they wanted to get home to be able to catch it. And it does help the algorithm. And that's one of the times that YouTube Studio told me your best time to put out a video is 6 p.m. any day of the week, except for Sunday. Sunday it says 8 p.m. And I think that's because all of you guys tune in. So this coming Thursday is going to be a video with Bigdog and I revisiting a year later. We do a camp together. We camped at Mossy Point a year ago after he had found out that he had cancer. And we did a video together out there. And then we get together again this year, a year later, almost to the day, and do another camp. And then we have a great campfire and just a really great time. And so you'll get to see Big Dog, and he's going to explain where he's at. I know a lot of y'all ask a lot of times, how's Big Dog doing? How's Big Dog doing? Because he did chemotherapy. In fact, after when we did our first camp, he had 3 chemos. And then that morning of our camp, he had lost so much hair just even overnight from the chemo that he had done. But he had more chemo, and then and it's an incurable cancer, mind you. So it's mantle cell lymphoma that he has. So we get together, it gives us an update on how things going, and I do talk to him throughout the year and stuff like that. But this is a camp that I wanted to do together with him, and he wanted to get back out and get camping as well. So we did a camp. That's going to be the video this coming Thursday. Yeah, so look forward to that. Let's see. And I am going to be going out. I'm all packed up, except for I got to take a couple things more from the studio here to get in my pack, because I'm going to be doing a Thanksgiving camp, and that is going to be a hot tent camp. So stay tuned. We've got the stove already, the stove that Johnny D. Torres had mailed us. It's the same stove that we burned in a couple weeks ago when we did our behind the cornfield camp. And if you haven't seen that one, go check that one out. We did a car camp to burn in behind the cornfield, our hot tent stove, and got it all ready. And I did just clean the glass up, so it's nice and shiny, so we'll be able to see that flame. Plus, with this new camera, this Samsung S23 Plus. When I with my 21, I always struggled with night filming, because anytime you see a light or anything, it shows out all those starbursts. There must be something in this phone that cancels a lot of those out, and it makes night filming very crisp. Like when it hits a light, it doesn't spur or get a big halo around it, and you can barely see anything. It's very, very good filming, especially when you film with the not the selfie side where you see the screen, but the other side. All right, so let's see. Oh, Dan says, how do we send you stuff to you? All I have is my cat. Buy some cat food. Aw. Yeah. Well, and the description of every video is the mailing address, which is the P.O. Box. It's 188, P.O. Box 188, Elysburg, Pennsylvania, and it's 17824. I used to have it on a comment, but I don't think it's, or on a banner, but I don't think it's there anymore. Watching Thursday after I get off work at 8:30 already, Leonard. And if you can't watch the video at 6 o'clock, anytime that you watch it, it certainly helps. Definitely does. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yes, I send my prayers to Big Dog. Yes. Thank you, Dixie Cup. Very, very good. And let's see. Yeah. Big Dog. Yeah. Tony's bodyguard says, so happy to hear that Tony got to camp with Big Dog and all went well. It went really well. So, yeah, that was great. Him and I tried to get out earlier this year, but I ended up, the time that he could go and the time that I could go, I had already was going to do that, but then we had moved some things around, and I ended up going to New York, but he still got out, and he went to one of my spots to camp that I told him about, and he enjoyed it. In fact, he stayed out for 2 days in that spot, which is really cool. So he got and that was in a little bit warmer weather. Yeah. Let's see. All right. So I do want to say, because we're going to get going here soon, because I have got some things that I've got to get packed up. All right. So video definitely will be happening. And I want to say thank you to a couple people here. So I am going to, oh. Hey, Tony, how's it going, brother? Good, good, good. What's up, Zach? USA, Iowa. I saw did I miss a question? Darlene, I see Darlene gives her little pointers. I didn't know if I missed something, Darlene. Oh, if I did, ask it again. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Oh, okay. Hi, Tony. Were you nervous or scared stealth camping at that shed? Yes. So that was the most nervous, and I don't want to say scared, but I was fearful. Well, not fearful, because it says in Scripture that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of peace, love, and of a sound mind. So enjoy. Yeah, I wasn't fearful. I was nervous. I was very nervous. Y'all couldn't see it as much because I didn't show it as much. Oh, there you go. Hey, Patrick, thanks a lot for showing that. Aha. There we go. So that is the mailing address, and Patrick used it the other day. He sent me something, and I opened that tomorrow. Hey, old grunt. You was very aware of your surroundings. I was very aware of my surroundings. In fact, my surroundings kept waking me up and spooking me. Yeah, every time that I heard that gravel, I don't know why people would be turning in there, because the gate on the other end, you can't go straight through. You have to go up and through the parking lot, come out the other side, and you can't. It's not like you're turning around, because you can't turn around, because you'd be getting back on the same side of the highway. Weird. It's weird, unless they turned around and went back to the red light. I don't know. I tried not to look, but I know that one time I really had to rush over and turn the light out, and that's when I was making that MRE. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go into the banners here for a second, because last week I want to say thank you. So a lot of people ask how they can support the channel, with different things. And I do the Buy Me a Coffees. A lot of people do that at different times. And then also Cash App, they'll do that. So and some people will go on and do Patreon. But I did want to this week, or not this week, but last week, I wanted to say thank you to Mr. Ed for the 5 coffees, and then Johnny and Mary D. Torres for the 20 coffees, and then also George. And George is the same one who did the mail, gave me that gift. He did the equivalence of 4 coffees, because he said, use this to buy a next meal, part of that Thanksgiving dinner for when you go out camping. So I want to thank you for that, very, very much so. And then that's not often used, but I want to say the Cash App. But thank you so much, Scott, Tally, and Warren. Really appreciate you guys for doing that Cash App, and really, really a blessing. With the Cash App, one of the things that is like instantaneous. That's something that YouTube doesn't take out. But we also had a new Patreon member this week, Steve. Thank you so much to Steve H for becoming a Patreon member. Yes, and I want to thank all of y'all for all of your thoughts and prayers and support in just viewing the channels. All right, so Carl is asking, do you think you and Grant will ever camp together? Would like to see that. Yeah, actually, Grant and I remember early on, even before the meetup, or once we did the meetup and stuff, we were talking, I was telling him about my using the power director and stuff, and we talked about doing, because there's little islands and I think it was Tennessee, Grant, if not sure. GM Outdoors. Him and I talked about going on a boat and camping on one of the islands, because they allow you to stay there for 2 weeks. So 14 days. It's like the public land stuff. Yeah. So eventually, I know he's very busy, and I know I want to thank all of y'all for. It was a couple weeks ago. Dennis had reached out to me, asked if I had heard from Grant, and I shot him a quick voicemail and also a text, and then he did get back to me, and I'm glad to hear you're doing better, brother. Definitely. And let's see. I think that's it. I finally caught up, and I know I didn't say hi to a lot of people way up on the comment section. Oh, wait. There's another question. Andrew asks, anything new with you and Steve camping? And it was cool. He commented, you beat him in stealth camping this week. Yes, and he jumped onto our live and he blessed me with a huge super sticker. And that comment saying that I won the stealth camping this week was really awesome. And but no, I've never spoken to Steve. We've emailed, and there's been an exchange of a couple comments, but I will be emailing him again just to make sure he's got my phone number, because if he ever wants to reach out, we will certainly make something happen. Stealth camping wars. Yeah, no, yeah. You're welcome, GM. Yes. Yeah, and looking forward to you getting out there and doing some videos. Yeah, because you had just gotten that truck camping thing for the back of your truck, which was really awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm going to take one more sip of this, and then if there's no more questions, I think we're going to go ahead and get off of here. And I think I'm reading other stuff. You guys talking back and forth to one another. Yum. And like I said, that is definitely 2.0 approved. And yes, Darlene, my stroke hand 2.0 approved. And we have 74 people still watching. Wow. You know, I was thinking, and I'm going to go and ramble on. Let's see. Oh, let me show you what I just found. I just found this. And it's laying here over on the table. Because, as you know, I'm always thinking of stuff to make. And a lot of times and don't forget those from the Dollar General. I did see these in Walmart as well, and a couple people said, yeah, I remember those Terry's orange chocolate eggs. Yeah, that's a full one. Yeah, that's a brand new one. And I still have a little bit left of that other one in my car. It's in the refrigerator, and I won't walk back there and eat it. Stealth Camping Awards, Dan says. All right. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just go walk around the grocery store, and something that's new that I haven't seen before. And I always look for stuff that's packable. So a lot of places I don't want to take cans, don't want to take glass, things like that. So I always look for things that are packable. Hey, Kay-Ann, how are you doing? Yeah, George, right? Yeah, I do want to put that up. That's funny. Yeah, we could have been neighbors. Yeah. Hey, can I borrow some sugar? Yeah. But one of the things that I found, I was in the store yesterday, working on my Thanksgiving meal. But when I'm just walking around, I'm always looking for things that I can pack. Now, I've never done like just hot dogs and beans, right? A lot of times the beans, I'd have to get the little cans because they got the little pull tab on them. I just found these, and I got 2 packs because they're different. So I'll show them to you. Now, they're at our Walmart. I don't know if you got them at your Walmart. But I'll just scroll in across here. bean vivo. Is that how it's pronounced? But it's smoky pork barbecue pinto beans. Well, yeah, and it's organic, right? But it's also in this little pack. You can just rip it, and it. I'm trying to feel if it has a Ziploc. It doesn't, but I'll eat all of them in a heartbeat. So I got that one, and they had another flavor there too. They have black beans, but they're in these little cases. I thought this one was pretty cool. The smoky barbecue, yes, this looks really good. But they also had this one here. So I grabbed a pack of each. So this is the brown sugar baked beans. So this is the brown sugar one. And I think it says 2 servings. Well, for me, it might be 1 serving, yeah, because I would eat this whole thing. But, you know, like I said, always thinking of what can we make, you know, because part of doing the camping is, well, you got to eat, so you might as well film yourself cooking. And I don't want it just to be the same old, you know, want to change it up a little bit, right? So definitely you will be seeing one of these on a camp eventually. Can't be on our Thanksgiving camp. So, and that is a lot of beans. But I was thinking, you know, yeah, may cut up some hot dogs and sticking with the beans in our fire maple pot or something like that. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right. So idea YouTube can storage shed dealer invite a bunch of you doing camping there. Hey, there you go. Hey, if there's anybody that wants to. Yeah. But that would be neat to do you know, a community stealth camp, right? Kia Soul 2023 travels. Oh yeah. Quesadillas. Quesadillas. I always try to pronounce things as they're spelt, and that doesn't always work. Right? All right. Yes. All right. So let's see. What are we doing here? Let's see any more. Okay. Doke. It's like comments are building up again. Good night from the Caribbean islands of Trinidad and Tobago. Alrighty, Imran, thank you very much. Man, I'd love to get to Trinidad one of these days. Wouldn't that be wild? Yeah, do a stealth camp out there in Trinidad. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Well, I want to say thanks a lot. And the good news is, so it's always good news, but I know you're going to hear it in the, yes, because I didn't have it yet. So at the end of this coming video that you're going to see Thursday night, as many of you know, when I explained it the last couple of weeks, when I got this update on this phone and got this new phone, Power Director, my editing app, changed, updated, and to the new one. And back in June, they got rid of all the music, somebody, and went to a new thing for their music. Their music's terrible. I listened to 1,000 songs, and I picked out a couple. But my intro song and my outro song was gone, not even there anymore. And I was just churning in my stomach, and I've been trying a couple. How I got my intro song back is I recorded it from one of my older videos where I had it playing, and I did a recording of it. So I got that. But the problem with my exit song, and remember I was saying last week that it reminds me of Jason Bourne, you know, as he finishes when they're trying to get him, and he's going to be going on another, you know, they can't capture him, and he's going on another adventure. That music, you know, that's what my exit music sounded like and sounds like. And it became a staple that I always used. And I actually just recently have tried to use a couple other ones. So you're going to hear a different one on this upcoming Thursday night's video. However, good news is I found one of my old videos, because I going through them trying to remember which one did I ever play that just to play it and let it run through without me talking, because I always go, hey, cue the music. And as soon as that starts, I go, there it is. And then I drop the volume and I talk over that exit music. Well, good news is I found it and I was able to record it, and now I've got it saved. So from now on, unless I lose it again, I'm going to have that music. So we're back in business and we're back into it. And I don't know if I tried to save it on here. I don't know if I can pull it up or not, or how this works. I'm going to add this to the stage and I'm going to make it small, see if it can be there. And all right. I don't know if it's playing or not. Let me hit pause, because I didn't cue you yet. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear it. If you can't hear it, please understand. I don't know what I'm doing. So, all right. Well, I want to say, I just look and make sure there's no more questions. Nope. All right. So I am going to go. I want to say thanks a lot for coming along on this Sunday Night Live and joining me. And I want to say thanks a lot for all who gave and supported me through super stickers tonight. And I want to thank Steve for popping on and giving us the thumbs up and a comment on our live tonight, and also for that amazing super chat gift. Really appreciate that, Steve, and that's going to go to very good use. As you know, it costs money to get out there and do these videos when you're not making a lot from them. But eventually it's going to grow. And I want to thank y'all as well. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't cue the music. Hey, let's cue the music. I got to wait. I'm going down here. I'm going to see if I get play. All right, let's do that again. All right. And if it doesn't play, it doesn't play. But hey, no, it'll be on the upcoming videos. Not this Thursday, though. All right. Ready? Cue the music. There it is. Oh, there it's not. Let's try this again. All right. Cue the music. I clicked on mute. All right. So, hey, thanks a lot for coming along. Remember, it's just one adventure at a time. And if you can't get out and have your own adventures, keep coming along with me. I'm getting that pretty down pat. All right. But, hey, thanks a lot for everybody that came on tonight. And good night, everyone. Good night, Mary. Good night, Carl. Good night, George. Good night, Darlene. Thanks a lot. Maybe we'll chat later. Hey, Tony Bodyguard, and just everyone, Carl. And I can't see everybody anymore, but you know who you are. Thanks a lot for coming along. Don't forget to say hi to a veteran and thank them for their service all year long. Let's make that our mission. And if you think about it and want to watch an old video, go back and watch an old one that you haven't seen yet. And I know there was some talk about Studio Tony, that's it. So go maybe watch the one where he knocks on the window. I think that's a short, and it's only like 3 minutes long. Go check that one out if you don't know who Studio Tony is. All right, well, thanks a lot for coming along, and I want to say God bless everyone, and thank y'all so much. Good night. Love y'all, and congratulations to y'all as well for hitting 10,000 subscribers, and for 10,000 on that last video. Y'all all part of it, and welcome. And to those who are new to the channel, to the 2.0 family, and remember, it's one adventure at a time. Tony 2.0 out. And I'm going to reach up here, and I'm going to hit this. Good night, hit this, end the live stream. Yes, I'd like to, but I don't want to. All right. Good night, all. Good night. Good night. Good night. God bless.